glued to each other. Oh, and they both go for this insane shortcut. If they come up, yeah, easy shortcut. Oh, and Zero goes for a bounce even. Wow. Oh, and they both go for the brutal vault here as well. Scary gamble move. Oh, Audi goes top root and Zero as well. Oh, I never even thought about this. I didn't think that shortcut was possible. After 9 long weeks and 16 grueling events, we're finally here to crown a champion in the Cream Pie Cup. And for this last event, we have what I believe is the longest cup level ever. This mammoth level was made by 15 designers and stitched together by PhotoPea, the organizer of the cup, and the contenders have had 9 full weeks to play this level, but even that is not enough for everyone to finish this. In fact, only 3 players managed to finish this level, and what's even crazier is that the difference between first and second place was insanely close. So let's jump into this mammoth level and see who managed to come out on top in one of the craziest cup levels I have ever seen in my life. And who would you expect if not Audi and Zero in the battle for first place? So let's see what happens as we unleash these 2 players on this final event of the entire cup. And yeah, I have no idea what we're gonna witness here, but I do know that their times are very, very close to each other. So it's gonna be a tight battle. It's gonna be so fun to see. And yeah, this level is just a monster of a level. And we see Zero coming out to a little bit of an early lead here. This doesn't really say anything in the grand scheme of things. Maybe it could be a sign of who played the level the most, because every time you do a new run, you're gonna have to start from the beginning. So if you play the level a lot, you're gonna have those start moves down very, very well. But again, these players also practice a lot in save load, where you can do separate checkpoints. So it might not say anything actually. Zero just keeping a tiny bit of a lead here, 1 minute into the level. And yeah, if you're just finding this video as your first Elasto Mania video ever, the trick with piping, as this technique is called when you squeeze your bike into these tiny tubes, is to keep your balance by gassing either here, in this case, on the floor and in the ceiling, or if you're piping straight down, you gas on the left and right wall by turning around. So keeping your balance and not hitting your head, because if you hit your head, the run is over, and it's very easy to do. Don't get me wrong, these players are extremely good. They're probably the best pipers in the world, these 2 players. So they make it look easy, but all of these moves are very hard and require so many micro precision moves that yeah, it's just way, way harder than it looks. Grabbing this 1 apple, coming back, falling back out of that pipe, and coming into the Sierra section of the level. Again, this level is made by 15 designers. The first part was made by PhotoPea. Now we're entering the Sierra section. Sierra, also a legendary piper and maybe prominently pipe maker. And here you could go for a tiny bit of a shortcut. Yeah, they both do. You come in, you brake a little, and then you're able to gas right back for this apple and not have to come around this section entirely. A very neat little move that actually I think made the level easier, but it looks a bit hard to enter that pipe and brake. So kind of flashy move and saves a little bit of time as well, so that's always nice. And coming in here, a little bit tricky section with curves and like high speed up, high speed down. And entries like this when you have full speed like here, so easy to hit your head, just knocking your chin on the corner, run is over. Happened to me more times than I would like to admit. But Zero keeping his lead, maybe extending it a little bit here even. So almost losing Audi out of sight here as we enter closely towards 3 minutes into the level. And here you had a choice, go top route or down route. The top route much, much faster, so you wanted it. And top route again here also much easier than if you went to the left. Here you see you have to zigzag a lot, harder moves, takes a longer time. So that would probably be like run over if you don't make the top route there, at least if you're going for a good time. And coming in here into the pub section now, and that trick where you push in the ceiling felt so good to do, but was also easy to mess up. You could get it wrong and then you would just die. So it's a bit brave to go for it. Nice brutal vaults here into the pipe. And coming in, this part was scary actually. It's so easy to lose your control, get some weird wheel pressure in the ceiling and just lose your balance. But both of them doing it very well here. Driving across the pub logo as well. Coming down here And Zero keeping his lead still. Comfortable lead. Oh, and Audi does not break there. He goes for a sick wheel pressure in the ceiling, going all out in that section and actually catching up with Zero here for the first time. And 4 minutes into the level, they're completely glued to each other. Oh, and they both go for this insane shortcut. By just barely grabbing on with the back wheel there, they're able to swing into the pipe instead of having to go back and get more speed for that. That is insane. I didn't think people would do that in the live round. Oh, and they go for the second shortcut as well. Straight into this pipe. That is so hard to do. I cannot even like explain in a short amount of time how hard that move is to do. This part I shortcutted as well. You come in, you get a good break on the wall, you manage to clear that spike. This Finman section that we entered now had a lot of these tiny shortcuts, but I didn't think most of them would actually be used. But yeah, again, we have Zero and Audi here, the best pipers in the world, so of course they're gonna go for the shortcuts that exist. This pipe entry was very hard actually, died here many times in my attempts. These players cleared it with ease and coming in here. And this was a bit of a slow section. The pub section and the Finman section especially were really hard. So this part was nice, a little bit wider pipes and everything. Getting in here was a bit tricky. Died here a couple of times myself. And yeah, like every time you die here, 5 minutes into the run, 5 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's constant focus and constant micro movements that you have to pay attention to, 5 minutes feels like a lifetime. So, but both players coming in here with speed. Audi actually has a little bit more speed than Zero here and is managing to catch up, and maybe it's time we follow Audi here a little bit instead. I mean, we see both players anyway. Zero gets a little bit better guessing in the ceiling, so he manages to pull out a little bit ahead again here. But Audi, yeah, not letting go here. And both coming in. I believe this is where Blastek died, face planted into the wall. Happened a couple of times for myself as well. And here we see Audi actually for the first time clearly passing Zero, coming in for this very tricky pipe actually. I think Sveiner died here as well. So easy to hit your head, you almost saw Zero do it there in the background because the pipe kind of has a weird angle at the very end of it, so it was very easy to have too much momentum, hit your head. Both of the players coming in here, and here you just had to grab a lot of speed to make it back up to like almost the top of the level. And both of them doing it. This part a little bit tricky, exiting these kind of straight pipes. Both of them doing it well, and we're coming into the Nicomatic section here. And this also has a major shortcut that you could do that was really easy if you played it in save load. You know, if you put a checkpoint right ahead of the shortcut, it was super easy every time. But every time I tried to do it in the real level, I would always end up failing it or dying or everything. Because you just you start to have so much adrenaline as you come far into the level, your fingers get cold, it gets hard to control the bike, and yeah, the pressure is on. So easy to mess up the easy moves as well. And here we come, let's see if they go for the shortcut. Yeah, brutal vault up here to kick off this section, to come straight into the next pipe here, saving like a good 20-30 seconds to do that brutal vault. But very hard to do, but if you're going for the win, you have to do it. Because yeah, players like Zero and Audi will definitely go for those moves. And coming in here towards the kopaka section, very tricky. You see the pipes are very wide, which you might think makes the level easier, but wide pipes, it's very easy to lose your grip with the not dominant wheel, so like the ceiling wheel in this case. And then I believe Mira died exactly here because of that, losing the grip and hitting your head instead. But Zero and Audi marching onwards through the wide pipes, and very beautifully done here. And I also did the same kind of all vault here, just avoiding that corner to enter the next pipe very fluently. Here I was trying to see if you could go for some hang or so, but it wasn't possible. You had to drive to pick these very low apples. Coming in to the J-blade section here, and good pushing from the ceiling to enter this pipe here. And let's see if they go for a shortcut here as well, or if they come up. Yeah, easy shortcut. Oh, and Zero goes for a bounce even. Wow, that's a sick move by Zero and allows him actually to pass Audi. I did never even attempt that bounce myself, to be honest. That is just crazy to go 8 minutes into the level going for that bounce. If you mess up, you're just gonna lose all your speed or you're gonna die or something. Very, very nice move by Zero here. And that allows him to regain the lead from Audi as we enter 8.5 minutes into the level. Like, this is just insane to pipe on this level for this long. In other games, 8-minute speedrun would be nothing, but in a pipe level like this, in the game of Elasto Mania, this is just pure perfection that you're watching right now. Like, keep in mind, like, see all the tiny movements they do with brake, gas, turn, volt. All these timings are down to like perfection timings here. Straight pipe like this, fairly easy. Hanging like this is just a breeze. But some parts of this level are just so incredibly taxing, both like mentally and physically on your fingers as well. And are we still in the J-Blade section? I think we are. We're coming close to the Jappe 2 section here. And again, a little bit of a breather here, no major shortcut to do, so you just come against this wall, push away, and it's just incredible how tightly these players are playing. You can see, like, they do some micro moves that are a little bit faster and they immediately pass the other person, but then the other guy does some other tiny bit different move, regains the lead. This part, very tricky doing these kind of pipes here. And Zero has to brake a little bit more than Audi, so Audi manages to squeeze out the lead again as we're just talking about these micro movements. That part was hard to do, easy to hit your head, so Zero had to do a micro brake more than Audi, and that just allows Audi to blast past him. Tricky section here as well, was hard to reach these platforms, easy to hit your head as well as you try to enter these pipes. But yeah, since these are the winning runs or the best runs for both players, we know they're not gonna die here, but I'm sure they died here a lot in all of their attempts to get these good times. But let's see. Here doing the climb, here you could maybe shortcut a little bit, but it was way harder than it needed to be if you came straight up for this hang. But both of them coming out to the platform, going on top here. And Zero has a very nice part here and manages to regain the lead from Audi again. They're trading the places back and forth, first place, second place. And Zero has a lead here now, coming in to the Rope section. And to me it felt like Rope section was where the level like kicked it up one more notch. Here the level got even harder with like faster pipes, more narrow pipes. So yeah, the level did not get easier as it went along. And we just passed the 11-minute barrier. And here you had to grab a lot of speed to come up, otherwise you wouldn't be able to make it all the way up here. I had to come back once in one of my attempts and regain the speed needed. Coming in for this apple, and here you had to start doing these like awkward transitions, short pipes, and gather. Here you can even see like full speed towards the right is what you need here. Audi maybe has a little bit more speed, catching up on Zero here a little bit, but they're completely glued to each other. Let's see, this part was a bit tricky, but I think you could save a lot of time if you managed. Oh no, they go for a little bit slower, no direct entry here. But it's not needed actually, because you lose all your speed here anyway as you come to the corner turns. And yeah, we're 12 minutes in and they're glued to each other. But Audi has a good grip here coming out of the straight down pipe, and Audi manages to regain the lead from Zero here again. And here you had to go for full speed, because if you had a little bit too low speed, you would end up like J-Blaze, the winner of the previous Cream Pie Cup, and get stuck here in the loop, and you did not want that to happen. Both of these players keeping their speed, clearing that loop was very hard actually to have enough speed there. And we see Audi extending his lead here a little bit for the high speed section, and here you needed high speed to be able to come. Audi gets a nice push, but Zero has more speed and gets a direct entry here into the pipe, so he's able to save way more speed than Audi. So Zero, again, taking over the lead, but yeah, it's just barely, very barely, and not even a bike length of lead. 12.5 minutes into the level, as we see them entering this, also a bit of a relaxing section with not that many pipes. But these wide pipes, high speed, not the easiest either. Coming in, and here I think, yeah, here comes the most relaxing section of the level by far, where you just had to drive some loops, no piping necessary. Still, volt timing's important and everything, but yeah, no need to hyper focus in this short section. But now we enter the next pipes again, and Audi has actually regained the lead here and pulling out a little bit ahead of Zero. Managed to keep the speed better in those loops. Maybe he did not relax as much as Zero in that section, just because I said it. But coming in here, getting a nice push on the bottom of this polygon, and coming in, entering the plastic section, which had some of the most narrow pipes in the entire level. And of course, the more narrow the pipe, the harder it is. Unless you go kopaka wide, I guess. But a lot of this section, like straight down pipe coming in and then 90-degree turns, and yeah, Audi keeping his lead here a little bit. This was a fairly easy section of the Blastic level. The end of the Blastic section also very hard to do. But both of them coming out. Will they shortcut here? Of course, Audi manages to shortcut, Zero does not. So Audi pulls away a little bit more than Zero. Having that much speed so you're able to do that shortcut, very hard. But yeah, this allows Audi to actually put in some substantial distance on Zero. Let's see, is he even gonna lose him here? Yeah, Zero is out of frame for the first time, but maybe just for like a millisecond actually. But coming in for this more than 90-degree turn, and after here you had also a major shortcut if you're able to push it off. Yeah, Audi does it, he breaks in that hang and is able to drop straight through. Zero as well. It was a scary drop to do if you did that shortcut to just drop straight down, but it saved so much time, you had to go for it. Coming in here for the two-wheel hang to enter the next pipe. A little bit tricky section if you did not get a two-wheel hang, but it wasn't too hard. And yeah, we're closing in on 15 minutes. That's a quarter of an hour of playing. And yeah, just look at these moves that they do like inside the pipe. It's so much like counter-gassing there to lower the rotation. Coming in here, have to go up, wheel pressure on the front wheel so you get a good push into this pipe, and then keeping your balance inside the pipe. It's just so much harder than it looks, and it even looks hard. Oh, Audi goes top root and Zero as well. Oh, I never even thought about this. Brutal vaulting to get to the top root here. Oh, so you can enter this loop from above. Oh, I didn't think that shortcut was possible. Holy shit, that's insane, and they both go for it. Wow, yeah, if you go top root there with the brutal vault, I can see how you could get enough speed. That is some insane playing. Oh, and they both go for the brutal vault here as well. Scary gamble move, but instead of going up all the way top around here, both of them go for a brutal, come up here and save so much more time. Like, the execution of these players, and to go for these insane shortcuts so far into the level, it's just so mind-blowing. And I don't know if it is like one of those things that the more you know about the Elasto Mania, I played for what, like 20 years myself. The more you know about the Elasto Mania, the more you realize how good people can actually get at this game. I feel like a rookie when I see these players playing, and in some sense I guess I am. But yeah, entering the Danita section here, also one of the harder sections. It's a very compact, very small section for like, it's very small but packs a punch. So let's see, coming in, you have to grab this apple and then grab the other and then come back around and coming up. I saw Zero experimenting. Oh, and Audi does go. I was just gonna say, I saw Zero experimenting with a shortcut here when he was streaming. But yeah, Zero obviously does not go for this shortcut, but Audi does because it was such a hard shortcut to pull off. I even like, yeah, Zero was playing this and practicing this and did not go for it, but Audi does, and now it's blown wide open. Audi way ahead of Zero, coming in here for the loop. And is he gonna see Zero on top of him here? Yeah, Zero not too far behind actually. He did not lose too much time there, but yeah, for the first time we have like a substantial lead here from Audi. Will he be able to keep this lead all the way to the finish? As he jumps up here to grab this apple, he's gonna be high-fiving Zero on the way back, I believe. Yeah, Zero coming down here, and this spot exactly here is where I died in my best attempt. So yeah, little bit of PTSD seeing this spot. Both Zero and Audi clearing it, obviously. Coming in for this pipe and it's breaking like this and coming back out of pipes, always hard to do because you cannot gas to control. Well, you can counter gas to control, but it just messes with your mind piping backwards. Let's see, does Audi go for a bounce here? Of course, he goes for a bounce. Anything to save, even 1 second, even this far into the level. It's just crazy. Zero also not going for a bounce, but a brutal from the wall. Beautifully done. Audi though, keeping his lead. But we are entering Zero's section of the level. Zero himself made this part, which is also the last part of the level. Did Zero leave some hidden shortcuts that only he knows about? Let's find out. Zero, Audi, high-fiving. Audi already grabbed the apple. This part, the like cross of death is what I call it. You had to come in here, you had to like adjust, come up and get into that next pipe. Way hard to do. And this also is where Anatoly died. The last person to die in the level, where you see Zero entering now. He just hit his head there, couldn't do anything about it. But Audi and Zero both passing that spot, coming in. And this, here you could have a little bit of free range. You could pick the apples in whatever order you wanted. Audi comes out here to the left section first. Gonna be grabbing this left-hand apple and turning here. Meanwhile, Zero grabs the gravity apple first. So he grabs the left gravity and you just have to come up here and grab one gravity down. Meanwhile, Audi coming back here from the left section, coming up to clear the like kind of middle part here that you have by the top. So he's grabbing this apple as well, gonna be dropping down. Zero now coming into the part that Audi just did. Audi grabbing the gravity left apple here, you don't see it anymore. But then you just come up here. This is a non-piping section. Just grabbing the gravity down, that is also gone because Zero picked it. But now coming in towards the final parts of the level here, still the Zero section. Audi passing through this gravity section of the Zero section, I guess. Zero coming in here, finishing this section as well. There's a lot of sections mentioning right now. Long straight pipe, kind of easy to lose your focus. You get into like a rhythm that just messes you up when you have like a long straight pipe. You just do this like, you get this kind of beat in your head on how to turn. This jump was way harder than it looks because it's so far to enter that platform. Easy to die there actually. Audi clearing it perfectly. See Zero here behind him still. Coming in for the loop. Here you could choose if you wanted to go bottom or top route, but top route was clearly faster. So Audi does go for top route. See Zero below him here. Says hi. Zero has still to go out. And will Audi be keeping this lead all the way through to the finish? We are getting closer to the flowers now as we've passed the 20-minute mark of the level. Audi coming in here for the last pipe of the entire level. I don't think there's any way Zero can catch him now. Audi, straight down pipe, coming up here, push away from the wall. Will he be able to reach the flowers directly? I think it might be possible, but I think it's also very hard to do. Let's see. Crossing the end sign. No jump straight for the flowers, but there's no way Zero can catch him. Audi wins Cream Pie Cup, event number 1, the Mastodon level, with an insane run, and Zero just 11 seconds behind him, also finishes with a head finish. If that is not world-class piping, I don't know what is. Audi, 21 minutes and 1 second. Zero, 21 minutes, 12 seconds. And shout out to Barry P, the only other player to finish this level at 23:43, and it will haunt me for the rest of my life that I did not finish this level because I really wanted to. And with that, we also have the final results of the entire cup. Zero winning handily, once again proving he's one of the best players of all time. Barry P grabbing second place, which is a huge achievement as well, and Mira in third place, grabbing that podium finish for Team Mia as well after Audi dropped out. Plastic grabbing a fourth place for Team CMR. I'm not too far behind at grabbing a fifth place for Team EA. I'm very happy with that. Anatoly, Sveiner, AKB, Tomator, Orange Choke, and everybody else. Well done. And thank you guys for an amazing cup. It's been so much fun to both play and follow. And a huge shout out to Barry P for organizing all of this and hosting these results thread and everything. It's been so much fun to follow. Again, the levels have been insane and amazing. If you're interested in Elasto Mania and you're not a player, come join the Discord, find out what it's all about, and just start playing because the game is so much fun. And with that, I want to say thank you to everyone for watching these videos and commenting and liking and subscribing. So I'll see you in the next video, and until then, thanks for watching.